miss your favorite cousin, your favorite uncle, your favorite nephew, your favorite father, your favorite son, your best friend's best friend. It's me, Dr. Larry, and welcome to Living For You, the YouTube channel. This is, as I always say, a safe space and a positive place in which we come together, we learn from each other, we share with each other, and we work together on this journey that we all have in common, and that is the journey of life. So welcome, 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 welcome. To my lovely, faithful followers and subscribers, I love you. You guys know that. I am so thankful for you sticking with me. I'm so thankful for you commenting and leaving messages for me in my DMs and just publicly on the comment section. And I'm also thankful to you for sharing and liking the videos. So go ahead and give this video a like. To those of you who watch the videos but who have yet to subscribe or join the family, go ahead and hit the subscription button and join the family. You want to be a part of this movement because this movement is going and growing and getting better and better and better every time we come here and we have these conversations. And then, of course, to those of you who have never seen my face before, I am Dr. Larry Smith. I know because I'm wearing a hoodie, some of you may be like, how is this a doctor? But I actually am a PhD holding doctor. My business is a life coaching business. I am a certified life and spiritual coach, entrepreneur, and so many other things. And if you want to know more about me, you can actually go out to my business website, which is Live For You Coaching. It's at www.liveforyoucoaching.com. That is www.liveforyoucoaching.com. You can find out more about me. You can take courses. You can get some coaching if you need it. You can get a coaching session with me. All kinds of things out there. So just go out to www.liveforyoucoaching.com. And if you want to follow me on social media where I am consistently and constantly active all the time, every day, you can actually follow me on both Instagram and on Facebook at Dr. Larry Smith. That is Dr. Larry Smith on both Facebook and on Instagram. So you guys, I'm in my sweatshirt, and yes, it's a Creole boy sweatshirt. That is another one of my businesses is Creole Clothing Company, which is soon to be launching in May. We have the big launch in May, where we have Creole boy, we have Creole girl, we have Creole baby, Creole kid. It's a brand for everyone. And you can find out more about that once that launch. I'm actually going to do a video talking about what Creole means to me and what was the purpose and the inspiration and all that stuff for the clothing. So get ready for Creole Clothing Company to come out. It's going to be sold not just on the website creoleclothing.com, but it's also going to be sold on Walmart, and as well as on Amazon. So yeah, so that's I don't know if that's like news, but I've been saying that. So look out for that coming to you shortly. But I went to the store, and so that I just threw on a shirt, I guess this would be a sweatshirt. Threw on a sweatshirt. Went to the store. It's kind of chilly out here in LA this week and today and so forth. And so I just did. But going to the store and some of the interactions I had today and interactions I have been having for a while has led me to want to do this video. So what I am doing in this video is I am going over my 6 pet peeves that are out there right now. Like, these might not last forever. They might change tomorrow. But as of in this moment right now, today, my 6 pet peeves, I wanted to do a video on each of them and discuss. And these are pet peeves that I can do videos by themselves. But of course, I want to condense them here in a list for you guys. Okay, so number 6, the internet fighting videos. One of the things that I hate the most online. First of all, I'm going to say without a doubt, I know, you know, we all know that there is good on the internet and then there's bad on the internet. There is jewels and gems on the internet, and then there is trash, garbage, and other stuff, 4-letter word, begin with an S, ends with a T, and other stuff in the middle on the internet. One of those garbage things on the internet that just rubs me the wrong way is fighting. And I can be very specific, especially when I see black people, black kids, black men, black women, children fighting, beating each other up to bloody pulps online, and people recording it and posting it as though it's a UFC boxing fight and enjoying and getting a kick out of it, and people liking those videos. To me, they're so debasing and they're so dehumanizing, because what happens is there's already all kinds of stereotypes and beliefs about black people. Me wearing this hoodie is a threat to somebody because I'm a black man in a hoodie, even though I have a PhD, multiple degrees, multiple certifications, businesses, and I'm actually a well-spoken, articulate, kind of cool dude. Me being in this hoodie is a threat to some person out there, maybe in middle America, or somebody who doesn't have any contact with urban wear, or people who wear considered urban clothes. Nevertheless, aside from all of the stereotypes and the demeaning, dehumanizing stuff that is out there in the media about black people, the last thing I want to see is videos that have been put up of black people fighting each other, because it's making us look like animals, and it's just feeding into the narrative that we don't deserve progression, we don't deserve equality, and people will use these videos and these things, especially when you see them like on Jerry Springer and some of these other places. You know, just the fighting, the online fighting and posting of these videos, I think it's disgusting, it's dehumanizing, and it ain't a good look for us. That can go away. That is one of my 6 pet peeves right now. Online fighting videos. Another one, number 5, Karens. I don't even need to say full in detail what that is. All I have to do is say Karens. Karens, you are a pet peeve of mine. Because one thing I know for certain is that my business is my business. Other people's business is their business. And unless I'm invited to participate and to engage in someone else's business, I tend to mind my own damn business. That is just something my mom taught me. My mom taught me that if it ain't your business, don't be all up in people's business. Even if you see something that you might not think is right, or you see something that you think needs to be corrected, if it ain't your business, stay out of them folks' damn business. But when it comes to Karens, they go above and beyond with a high level of entitlement, thinking that they have a right to engage and indulge and give advice on your business. But Karens, if it ain't your business, it ain't your business. And Karens come in many shapes, forms, sizes, genders. I mean, you can name it. It's just acting out of place, just putting themselves in people's stuff. And then when people have a visceral reaction or an angry reaction to it, then all of a sudden it's like, I didn't mean any harm. It is emotionally toxic and draining and almost violent for you to come into my business that ain't got nothing to do with you and violate my space-time energy and just bring a whole mood to it. I've seen videos of them in the grocery stores, in the Walmarts. I've seen them on the streets, in cars, just Karenism all day long. That ain't cute. That ain't cool. It's annoying. And if you approach the wrong one, it might be a bad day for you. So the best advice I can give to a Karen is the advice my mama gave me, like I said at the beginning of this rant. And yes, some of this will seem like a rant because some of this irks me just that much. It's a righteous rant. It ain't gonna be a rant of me just cursing people out and being rude, of course, because you guys know that's not me. However, it is a rant, or kind of. My advice to the Karens is the same advice my mom gave me, as I told you guys at the beginning of this particular rant. If it ain't your business, mind your business. And somebody said it best, mind the business that pays you. And if this ain't business that pays you, there's no sense in you even approaching someone to even indulge your own personal views, opinions, suggestions, none of that. If it ain't asked for it, don't give it. Karenism is annoying and it is a pet peeve of mine. It's my number 5. Number 4. Oh, this is a big one. And I had this actually just today twice, okay? Twice. I'm gonna just give a quick story. I went to Wendy's. Get me a hamburger. Wanted me a good cheeseburger from Wendy's. Hadn't had one in a while. So I was like, well, no, because I don't live near Wendy's. It's a drive away. It's about a 10-15 minute drive away. So I drove there. I ordered my food online, drove there, went to pick it up. Now, specifically, I ordered on my sandwich, no mayo. I don't eat mayo. It's not my thing. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the way it smells. I don't like the way it tastes. I do not eat mayo. No disrespect to people out there who do. That's your thing. It ain't my thing. If you can't hide it in something like potato salad to where I can barely taste the mayo, or just don't have it, I don't want it. So I order it, and I specifically say no mayo. I even pull up the receipt. You can see the receipt, and I might even post it here. It says no mayo. And guess what I got on my burger? Tons and tons of mayo. It was almost like they put double mayo on a sandwich. I said no mayo. What that ultimately comes down to is poor customer service. You calling people on the phone, they don't know how to talk, they're rude, as though customer service and being polite and being respectful and mannerable and trying to work with your customer is no longer an option or no longer a requirement for a customer service agent. Poor customer service is everywhere. You go to the mall, you go to the restaurants, you go to the store, you go to the car dealership, you go to the government office, you go to the schools, you go everywhere, and it's just poor customer service. What is up with that? Are people just that exhausted on their mediocre jobs that they feel like they have to, you know, they feel like they have to be rude to everybody? And I don't want to call it mediocre to diminish it. If you're working, that's a blessing. If you have a job, that's a blessing. If you're earning an income, there are people who aren't. However, when I say mediocre is that I understand your job's not the most difficult job. I understand your job is a simple job, and you probably deal with a lot of terrible, toxic customers. I'm not one of them. I'm actually nice to people in customer service all the time. That's just how I am. I'm generally a nice, cordial, respectful person. You know, you don't see a disrespectful side to me unless it's deserved and earned and you've pushed too many buttons. That's when that comes out. But generally, I'm respectful. So I expect good customer service. You know, it's not that hard to be nice and cordial and to try to get the job right. You know, that is just what it is. I mean, that's a pet peeve of mine. It's a big one because, like I said, it's so common now. It's very less common to see good customer service, and that's just not the way we need to go. And I don't know what it is. It could be people are irritated. I don't have an answer for it. I can just say it is number 3 on my list. I'm sorry, number 4 on my list of pet peeves that I have right now. Number 3, entitled and selfish people. There are so many people out there who think the world revolves around their experience, and you find them everywhere. They're online. I post a comment online in regards to a story. People don't even read my comment, but they immediately disagree or feel entitled to correct me, even though my thoughts, anything I put down, whether it's written online in a comment section, whether it's in these videos or whatever, I live in intention. I am an intentional person. So when I write, when I speak, when I talk, when I interact, if I respond to something, it's done in an intentional way. So I've thought thoroughly before I even put it out there because I know that my words are connected to me. So I'm intentional about my intention of what I put out there. And so entitled people jump who believe the world revolves around them and they feel like they have to give me feedback on my own intentions. Or they do things like cut you off in traffic without a turn signal. Or they just ask you. One day I was walking in a 7-Eleven and a homeless guy asked me for some money. He said, "Do you have some change? Can you spare some change?" I'm always open to sparing change. In fact, I don't really carry cash, but when I do take cash out and put it in my wallet, it's with the intent of helping someone who might ask for some change, because it always happens. That's the commonality. There are a lot of homelessness, a lot of homeless people, a lot of people with problems. So I don't care what you do with the money. It's your money once I give it to you. I'm just carrying the cash with the intention of giving you a couple of dollars. And so I gave the guy a couple of dollars. He said, "You don't have 10? You asking me, you're needing my help, and you're making suggestions on what my donation to you for no service is?" The entitlement, the selfishness. People just put themselves first so much, and they ignore everyone else. It's almost, I actually did a little clip on Instagram where I say people are more inclined to respond than they are to reflect, and they are to receive a word or a message or a communication from somebody. They're already ready to give their opinion without even knowing your opinion from the jump. It is obscene. It is obnoxious. And there are so many entitled, selfish, and obnoxious people out there. And I feel like the younger generation are a lot worse. I don't know if it's because they're on these phones all the time. I don't know. It's because they're online and they don't really have real substantive conversations, but they act as though the world revolves around them for likes, views, clicks, and comments, and shares. And at the end of the day, that's not healthy, that's not normal, and it is inconducive to creating a society that works for all of us. If all of us are selfish, nobody's helping nobody, and nothing's getting accomplished, because that's how we survive. We survive off being there and being connected with those of us and other people around us, period. So yes, my number 3 pet peeve is entitled and selfish people right now. Number 2, not using common sense, reason, or logic. People speak, act, react, and engage without any type of logical, reasonable way. So if you say something, they take it another way without even thinking it through, without putting logic behind it. Or they'll do something that defies logic. You're like, what the hell are you doing? It makes no sense. It lacks reason. There's no substance behind it. You're just doing something just to do something. And it is a crazy, crazy experience. I'm a teacher. I've been teaching for 20 plus years at this point. And I'm finding that more and more there are students out there who refuse to just take the logical way out. They'll ask questions about things and the answer's in front of them. They'll ask questions about things and the answer is totally something that they can come up with just by looking at what's in front of them. Not using their reason, their logic, and their common sense. Somebody said not that long ago that common sense ain't so common anymore. And I agree. I agree. Because people are, like I said before, simply reacting. And because they simply react, they don't take the time to reflect and to think logically about what's going on. And so we see all kinds of things all over the country, crime and other things happening because people are just acting unreasonable and people are acting illogical and they're not using their damn common sense that all of us have access to if we just try. So yes, it is a pet peeve. My number 2 pet peeve right now is people not using common sense, people not using reason, and people not thinking logically. It makes things harder for those of us who do on a consistent, regular basis. I'm not saying I'm always reasonable. I'm not saying I'm always logical, but I try to, when I'm actually intentionally speaking and working and being, I actually try to be very logical, reasonable, practical, and use my common sense. I just think that we're given that so that we don't do stupid things, but it's not so common anymore, and it's a pet peeve of mine. And then the last thing, and this really hurts me because I think of my mother, I think of my sisters, I think of my aunties, I think of my cousins, the females in my life, I think of my students, I think of my friends, the women that I know. The degradation of black women is my number 1 pet peeve right now. And when you turn on the internet, it is everywhere. Not just for Jada Pinkett, but also for Gabrielle Union. Not just for Gabrielle Union, but for Black China. And not just for Black China, but for Nicki Minaj and Lizzo and Megan Thee Stallion. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on. You always see stories or you always see posts by these men. And what's even more infuriating on a deeper level is when I see black men degrading their sisters, their mothers, their wives, their girlfriends, their friends, their cousins, the people who look like them. They're being some of the loudest voices out there, and then people are cheering it on who don't look like us. Who is there to protect the sanctity of black women? It doesn't matter if you're a male who likes black women. It doesn't matter if you're a man who isn't a man who likes black women and you're LGBTQ+. We still should be protecting one of our most valuable assets in our community. And to me, black women are a super valuable asset to our communities. When heterosexual black men gave up their responsibilities throughout the 70s, 80s, and 90s, some of it not for reasons of their own, some of it for mass incarceration, drugs, and other crazy things, and then some of it was by choice. It was black women who were carrying and who have been consistently and constantly and continually carrying the community by getting educated, by taking care of the children, by moving up, by creating businesses, by creating art, by being the bearers. Anytime there is a situation in which, for example, an unarmed black male is killed, immediately one of the first groups to stand up the loudest are black women. The Black Lives Matter movement is an organization started by black women. So when I see the degradation and the humiliation and the embarrassment of black women on social media and out in the world, it upsets me because I'm like, you are really, really ruining our community. Because they are pillars. They hold all of us up. So we need to be support to them as they maintain the support for the community. And it's your mother. My mother. If I would never say certain things about my mother, I wouldn't say certain things about somebody else's mother, or somebody else's sister, or somebody else's niece, or grandmother, or whatever the case may be. So that is my number 1 pet peeve of all. The degradation of black women that is happening right now is too much. It's repulsive, It ain't a good look. And you don't see that happening in other communities. So we don't need to have it in our communities. Family, I just had to get on and rant and rant about those things. You know, I normally don't, but I felt like doing it because I had just had an experience, and today was just multiple experiences of several things that showed up on that list. And I just had to just get on and talk to my family, you know, and get it out. And so this is my way of getting it out. So anyway, you guys know I love you guys. Look out for Creole clothing when it does come out. Go out and get some of the services. Get some stuff to go on for coaching to kind of be in the best place that you can be now. Go get the book on Amazon, The Freedom Prescription. That is a good short book that you can probably read in a week. But the power of it and the content in it is so powerful that is going to move you and hopefully move you in a direction to wanting to be whole, wanting to be healed, and wanting to be free of whatever trauma you may have now or whatever trauma you may have gone through in the past. So go get the book on Amazon. Anyway, I love you guys for your support. I love you for sitting here, listening, watching, and hanging with me here. And as I always say in every video, I love you with the highest love that God made possible for man to give to another man, woman, or child. Trans man, trans woman, or trans child. And I will see you in the next video.